We want to turn now to what could be the purplest place in the tri-state. We're talking about a district where the Clintons live, where Democrats outnumber their GOP counterparts by about 7,500, and where a Republican is currently in office. New York's 17th district includes all of Rockland and Putnam counties, as well as most of northern Westchester County and portions of southern Dutchess County. Republican Mike Lawler is the sitting congressman in the district, but he is facing a stiff challenge from former Congressman Mondaire Jones. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis covering that race for us.
It really does not matter whether you're a Republican or a Democrat.
Representative Mike Lawler announcing federal funding for local projects, the type of event the Republican congressman says highlights his willingness to work with both parties.
We're not going to agree on everything, but I have always been honest and direct about where I stand on the issues and why, and done the work on behalf of this community.
Lawler's opponent is Democrat Mondaire Jones, who once held the seat. Redistricting resulted in a failed run in a Brooklyn district. Now he's trying to unseat the incumbent in suburbs that have become decidedly more purple.
I am really proud to be running to represent again the community that raised me, that elevated me from poverty all the way to the halls of Congress. Their platform would ban abortions even here in New York.
Jones has tried to paint Lawler as an extremist who's aligned with Donald Trump while claiming to be a moderate.
All of the chaos, extremism, and incompetence that we are seeing down in Washington under this MAGA Republican majority is because he empowers that.
He's nuts, but that's who Mondaire Jones is.
The Lawler camp portrays Jones as a squad-like progressive who was ineffective while in office.
He supported defunding the police, cashless bail, the Green New Deal, Medicare for all, open borders. He wanted to decriminalize border crossings.
Joe Biden won this district, which has far more registered Democrats, by 10 points. But a closer margin of victory by Kamala Harris could benefit Lawler. Then there are the national implications.
There's no question but that the entire control of the United States House of Representatives for the Democrats and Republicans could be decided here in New York, as it pretty much was in 2022. So the big money is in these districts in New York.
Recently, Lawler apologized for dressing in blackface while in college as a tribute to his favorite singer, Michael Jackson. Jones himself apologized for a comment that suggested he called Governor Hochul the B word. 2 years ago, New York 17 was decided by 1,800 votes. 2024 could be another nail-biter. In Rockland County, Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Two more northern districts to keep an eye on during election night. In the 18th district, Democrats are looking to hold the seat held by Pat Ryan, but he's facing a tough challenge from Republican Allison Esposito. And in the 19th district, incumbent Republican Mark Molinaro and Democrat Josh Riley are once again locked in a very tight race. 2 years ago, you recall, Molinaro defeated Riley by 4,000 votes.